about, but for me, that was a great start to the week. Welcome everyone to Monday's live from the farm, and it feels weird actually, I'm going to need to start that again. Hello everyone, welcome to another Facebook and YouTube live from Dulscone. Whew, that's better. Gets my usual introduction out of the way. So, welcome. We have the Golden Guernseys giving us a little bit of a head scratcher again. I'm going to turn it around here. Let me turn this around YouTube. There we go. So, out in this field we have a little bit of an amalgamation. Yes, I'm coming in with the thesaurus today. Of different breeds out here. We have some bottle feds, we've got some Texel Cross, a Texel Cross Yow. I've obviously got a field of Herdies in here. I've got a cow, Ross, randomly there, doing what Ross does, which is lie down and look fat. And we've got our Golden Guernseys out here. Now they do reach, and the title is 100% right, they have reached a new level of pathetic. Now let me paint you a picture of what happened the other day. It was a beautiful day, no issues whatsoever, blue sky, sun shining, very warm, and we walked out the back of the workshop, which is where I'm standing just now, and there was like 3 spits of rain. Now it didn't come to anything, I am not exaggerating at all when I say it was like 3 spits. And the Golden Guernseys were sitting here and they sprinted as fast as they could away over to this red shelter in here. And I mean sprinting and yelling at the same time because there might have been the threat of rain. So to that end, I think I'm going to have to bring them in, because obviously in a field like this with loads of different characters in there and different, well, I've got cows, sheep, goats, everyone in that field, I don't think they're going to get the cake intake is what they require. Now, obviously, they take a fair bit of cake to keep their body condition up, and I don't want them getting too far down. So, as much as they love being out in the pen and out in the paddocks, that's great, that's fine. But at the same time, we need to make sure we keep them alive. So, we're going to try and separate these off because there's rain coming overnight, and as I just said, they absolutely detest the rain. So, we're going to have to try and get them up into one of our spare pens because we've been very busy today. And there's been tons going on. Seaside. There's been tons going on, and we've got the pygmies moved. So we'll go up and see them in just a second. Now the challenge is going to be trying to get the Golden Guernseys separated off from these guys, the Herdies. Here they come. She's licking her lips, yep. Here they come running. This is good. They need to overtake Lewis Hamilton round the Herdies. Not that Lewis Hamilton's doing a lot of overtaking at the minute. See, Lewis, if you're watching this, don't worry, I'll have tickets to the Grand Prix though. We still like you. Just going to shout out to Lewis Hamilton, see if he's watching the stream. Do you think he could be? Yeah. Sure. Apparently he's a big goat enthusiast. This is going amazing, everyone. No, Herdies, no, Herdies. One more. Come on. Come on, that's us. Come on. Look at this jacket this one's wearing. Hilarious. Seen a comment saying they're really not suited to Scotland. They're not suited anywhere. Anywhere. Not suited anywhere. Right. Hello, Kingpin. Hello, big boy. Right, what's everyone saying in the comments? I've been busy yabbing here. I've not actually said anything. Looking in very good condition, actually. Kingpin's looking well.
Kingpin's smelling a bit.
He's smelly boy. This smelly boy. Claire Moss, welcome to Dulscone Supporters Group on YouTube. Welcome, Claire. Thank you for joining us. Donna Kelly says, hello, Connor.
Hello, Donna.
Hi, farmers watching from Minnesota, Debbie says. Hi, Debbie. Any other fellow Minnesotans in the house? Let us know. Where's Fanta off to look?
She ate the feed shed.
Oh, she ate the feed shed. I see. No, my strawberry plant, no! Oh, it's gone. Ah! Oh, they've just cracked a pot. Why does life kick me when I'm down? My strawberry plant, my pot. Ugh! Could be worse, could be the garden centres ones that aren't actually ours, but they just broke that terracotta pot, see? Seriously? Why are so many people laughing at our misfortune?
Look at the positives. Silver lights.
Okay, see, that was it. That was fantastic. I like that. At least didn't eat the other one. Well, right, okay, yeah, I guess. They could have broke two. They definitely could have. Fanta, shift your keister, meester. Move it. Right, down here. Check this out, guys. If this isn't worth a share, I don't know what is. Now, before I move on, I've got distracted slightly because, see these two creep feeders here? These two right here. They are supplying all of our baby goats. Although, Hope, look how fat she is, see? She's got stuck in between there. Oh no, oh no, oh no.
Squeeze through.
She's actually had to go sideways to try and fit her belly through.
It's probably because she's in there eating 6 buckets of cake.
I was embarrassed for her there. It is only the goat kids that get in here. Apart from Hope, the pygmy goat, whatever, we'll let her slide. But the baby goats, goat kids, get in here like this guy here, who has got his head stuck. Head stuck. See, we'll need to wind that foot. Oh, come on. What is going on today's live? Surely you can get your head out of there.
He's got his head stuck.
We'll need to wind that right forward, see, so that, because if the mums can't get in there anyway, it doesn't matter. Right, bear with till we get this severely wedged head out of there. That was real difficult. So, these two creep feeders here, Kyle fills these up faithfully every single morning. Only the goat kids can get in here. Currently, now, brace yourself for this one, they're eating at least 50 kilos of cake a day out of those creep feeders. 50 kilos a day. That is what? Yeah, but you need to go the other way, yeah. 350 kilos a week of cake. Just in this one pen here. Unbelievable amount of stuff, and that's why they're growing so well. This cake's doing wonders for them, and they're thriving and doing really well. Now, it's good that they're eating a lot of cake. However, we don't want them eating too much, and if they are eating a lot, they need to be putting that on in the body score, because if they're not, then you end up losing a lot of money, because you can put at £500 or £400 for a tote bag of cake, could be 500 now, between £400 and £500 for a tote bag of cake. You're using, by the time we feed everything, we're actually using about a ton of cake a week. And if they're eating a third of a ton every single week, you're not long in building up a lot of money over the months. So you need to be getting that return on investment so that when they're going to their new homes, you're getting an optimal price for them, because they're big, they're strong, they're ready for breeding, and they're doing really well. Or they're big, strong pets, doing absolutely fine, and people are keen to take them on. Now, if you've got these little weedy things that have ate a load of cake and haven't done anything, then that's where you get their big issues, because you can't get any more money back out of them. And that's where, in previous years, we've had problems, because the cocci that they've had, the little single-celled organism that lives in their gut and destroys their gut, makes them not take in any goodness from the cake that they get. That's exactly the problem that we've had, where you've had these smaller goat kids that you really struggle to do anything with. But this year seems to be going really well. Have no complaints at all, do you see? Nope, we're all quite happy. So yeah, there's about I would say on average, you'll be about 400 kilos of cake a week on that. It's at least 50 kilos a day, probably tipping over that scale, and that's not including what the public are feeding them either. So around 400 kilos a week, I would say we're just about at. Right, this will look slightly different for everyone. This will look very different for everyone. Our pygmy goats are back where they belong. Our Strawberry Festival theming is completely down. Now, on our Dalscon Daily page today, you will see all of the events that have been going on to take this down, all the work that goes into it. Hopefully, I think Christoph's working away, getting it all edited together. Hopefully be some cool editing in it, where we kind of clap our hands and everything appears and all the goats are in there. Or snap our fingers and everything appears and everything changes. And they're loving it. They're loving being in there. Now, I've got some good news, because tomorrow is the first of our pygmy goat kids going away to their new homes. So I'm very much looking forward to that. It'll be good to start getting some of the numbers taken back down again. Babies are ready to be weaned, well ready to be weaned now. Same with the boar goats, actually. And if they're not getting done this week, which is going to be a really busy week, I don't know if we're going to get them done. In fact, we're not, see, are we? We're not. It's going to have to be next week. Next week, they're going to be completely weaned. Now, a lot of the babies that are in here will be self-weaned anyway, because the mums will have stopped producing a whole load of milk. The babies are on cake and doing really well. So the more cake they get, the happier they are, the less milk they drink, and the better condition the mums are in. And you can see all the mums are doing really well in here. And actually, you never really see any of the goat kids sucking now, do you?
No.
The pygmy kids.
Not massively anyway, not as much as the boars.
Yeah, even the boars, I think.
Some of them big ones are still in there battering away.
Yeah.
That's why we need to bring them up.
Yeah, next week. Hey, get your backside out of here, love. I know what she's planning, coming to hoover up all this cake that's on the floor that everyone's been feeding all the goats. So, tomorrow, that's what we're up to this morning. Absolutely hectic. We'll go around and see Sol's nose, see. Everyone's going to be asking about Sol's nose. Oh, Dinky. Bloomin' Randy. He's doing her head in at the minute, Dinky Randy. So, first job of the night done. Golden Guernseys in, protected from the rain tomorrow. All quite happy, can get fed plenty of cake in there. And we'll continue on. We had that spare pen anyway, so it's good to get something in it, isn't it, see? Yeah. So, tomorrow, we're having a wee bit of an issue, if I'm honest. We're having a bit of a problem because our willow field, now we've talked about our willow field before, that we managed, we paired with, got it out of a massive crop of willow, got it all harvested, mulched up, reseeded with grass, looking amazing, but actually we're a victim of our own success because it's looking too well now, and there is so much grass on it that it's not suitable for sheep anymore. It's got away from them, as the saying goes. There's too much grass there, the sheep won't like it, too long, they'll never get on top of it. So what we're needing, so we're needing some beasts to go on it. We need some cows to go on there. Now, obviously, we've got our own herd of cows, but we're going to go to a cattle sale tomorrow and see if we can fill it, get a few head of cattle to go on there, because the ones that we have isn't enough. We've only got little Dexters, and we've only got a handful of them, and it's just not enough to go out onto that 11-acre field. So we could do with another 10 cattle to bring in and really take that grass down. Now, they'll love that. They'll thrive out on that. And store cattle are ones that aren't quite up to size or weight yet, and they're needing a good feed, which is exactly what we can give them. So we've got plenty of fodder, got plenty of feed in the form of silage bales that we made a couple of years ago, which would be good to use them up anyway. But for the next couple of months, their job is going to be to take the grass down on the willow field. And the reason why we're having a bit of a nightmare with it is because the willow field is still full of shards of wood. So it's not suitable for baling. It would ruin the balers. So we can't cut it and bale it like we normally would with a long field. We have to put something on it, put an animal on it to actually eat that grass. And if the sheep won't do it, then it has to be cows, and we just don't have that number of cows. So to manage the land properly and to get the grass down to a level where we're comfortable and actually utilise it, we'll have to get some cows to put on there. So not a situation that we've ever had before, and it is a unique one because you don't often have a field that's still got shards of willow in it. But over time that willow will disappear, and eventually we'll get it back into a working field for us and there won't be any problems. But for now, we had sheep in it for a few days and it just wasn't working out. The grass was too long, it's giving them sore feet, and we need to get some cows onto it. So big day tomorrow. Can I not B&B some cows? Don't want to. Would rather not. Bed and breakfast some cows.
Oh.
So you get some people's cows in who haven't got enough feed and bring them in. And yeah, not in the summer really. Not in the summer. Not too fussed on doing that. So I'd rather just go and buy a few cows and see how we get on that way. Right, let's have a wee look.
Can't let them out.
Don't let them out.
No,
I'm coming to see Sol. Right. What I was saying the other day about Sol with his cut nose, and I actually think I said in the video I thought that Sol had ran into the fence post, but actually I think he's probably ran into the rylock on the fence. So I think it's the wire of the fence that he's ran into, and that's why he's got that unique shape, that Y-shaped cut on his nose. But exactly what we wanted to do and what we wanted to happen with the blue spray happened. And it has dried that cut right out. And you can see it's all went crusty. And that's perfect. Now, I do think he's going to end up with a whacker of a scar on his nose, unfortunately. But it was a fair cut he had on there. Let me see.
It's almost unnoticeable now.
Not too bad at all, but you can see how well that blue spray's done in just drying it out, can't you? And that's what it needed. It looked sore and weepy and just horrible. But if it's dried out like that,
Matched as well.
it did colour match. If we can dry it out, keeps the flies off it as well, and keeps him wanting to rub it and itch it. So, good job done. Good job done with that one, I think, and hopefully it's not going to be too notable. However, I think it is going to scar quite a fair bit. Could he have been kicked? Nah, I don't think so. I think it would have been. I mean, he could have been kicked, but it would look different to that, and I don't. And it was kind of like the skin had been rolled down the way, like he'd rubbed it on something rather as kicked. You know, like an actual kicking injury.
It seemed like he the thought of the wire.
I know. Hey! How?
Back.
Hey! Off she goes. Elaine Heikkinen, thanks for the massive 5,000 stars. Thank you so much, Elaine. Thank you for your support, your ongoing support as well. Loads of stars coming in today, everyone. Thank you so much for all the stars. Tons of them. Kim Gregg, Dee Kennedy, Anne-Marie Murphy, Karen Leslie. How is Rocco? Rocco is doing sensationally well, actually. He's doing very well. He's Dinky Randy. Man, is he annoying at the minute. So I think I covered that Dinky Randy was doing her head in a little bit at the moment. And it's just the way he kind of is. Lisa Calvert-Haig, thank you so much for the 6,400 stars. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you so much. It's nothing that he's really, like, it's not his fault. It's just he's getting to that age, that kind of adolescent age, where he's very excitable, and any sort of a woman looks his direction basically, and it sends him bananas. It's the only way to say it. See? No, he just can't handle it at the minute, and he's too young yet for a start, but he's just absolutely wound up like a coiled spring. So like I say, it's not his fault, but it does make him hard to manage. He's just a little bit unpredictable with the way that he's going to go on. You struggle to put him into a pen with anything. What's he eating there, see? Mouldy hay. You struggle to put in a pen with anything. You just don't know how he's going to react with it. Like, if you were to put him in with the Tups, for example, which would be a great pen for him in theory, you couldn't trust that he wasn't going to have a real good go or chase him around the pen because he got too excited. And he just doesn't know what to do with himself, really. And it is, like I say, it's hard to manage because he's too young yet to go in with anything. You can't put him in with another male because I think he would harass them, and if you put him in with Hector, it would not end well for him, see, would it?
Well, we tried him in with Buddy and he gave him them bald marks.
Yeah.
Nibbling at him.
Now, try that with Hector, sir. You don't mess with Hector, see.
I mean, you feel like his actual Hector's like a block.
Yeah.
He's solid.
So Hector's about 2 years older than Dinky Randy. Obviously, Hector is a regular-sized donkey as well. Where are you putting these ones, see?
They're coming down here.
You want to let them out now? And Hector's a breeding male. And he's a big boy, real big boy. There he is standing there. He's beautiful, white and brown coloured. But he came onto the scene and he was a little bit younger when he first came in. He was about 2 years old. He'll be just over 3 now. And Jack was always the king of the castle, our old breeding male. And he got on in years a little bit, and really Jack's breeding time was over. He was coming to that age where he was really eventually not going to become very effective at all, just like Buddy. So it was time for a new male to come in, and we got Jack castrated. And Jack was invincible around the farm. We'd never find anyone who could take down Jack. You know, he was always the alpha. It was kind of like Lion King. You know, he was the alpha. He was the big dog. And then Hector came in, and he made Jack look like a little school kid. He was so strong. He was so boisterous. And yeah, just Jack was not long in getting put in his place. And after that, we're like, oh, wow, Yeah. Okay, there's a new boy in town. Let's not mess. So, Dinky Randy in with Hector would last about 3 seconds, I would say, because he would annoy the life out of him. See him? Like, that's because Rosie's walked by. Rosie, don't you tease him, love. Rosie. Wonder who she's learned doing that off. Buddy. Rolling about in the dirt. Yeah, he would annoy her. He would annoy Hector, and Hector would be like, "Ha, think you're the big man, do you?" So, yeah, that's where we stand with Dinky Randy at the minute. Now, my plan is with him to try and get some of the tension away from him. Is we're going up later on this week. Oh, by the way, see, remember I have to go and get the miniature donkeys this week as well from up in Dundee. Forgot about that one. We're going to get them back. Now, hopefully, they have been served and the job has been done and they're all in full, which is why they went up to Dundee. They went to another male, and he's obviously breeding age, proven male, and should hopefully have covered all of our miniature donkeys. But my plan is, when they come back, I want to put Dinky Randy in with them. So that wouldn't do any harm. They're hopefully all in full anyway. He's not going to be rough on them. He'll maybe chase them about for a little minute, but at the end of the day, they're going to put him in his place, and it's going to get some of the tension away from him. But at the same time, it's going to teach him, like, look, this is how you behave. You don't go on like this, because that's really what he needs, isn't it? He needs a bit of a telling off, and like when he goes and sees Ellie, she's going to be like, listen, son.
Don't mess with Ellie.
No. So,
on a side note,
yes.
I've seen Mackenzie jumping again today.
Oh, really? Yeah. Still jumping? On who?
Honey.
On Honey. Interesting. I've not seen him jump in months. That's interesting. Slightly disappointing.
But not too much, because folks say it's been months and he's only jumped on one, and they don't even know if it was fully.
Yeah.
It was more just wound up.
Yeah, maybe. Elaine says, Dundee, my home city. I live in Ohio now. Wow. Lovely. Sounds beautiful. Teddy Rhodes, thanks so much for the 6,500 stars. Teddy Rhodes Sigma 1. Say, see you all soon. See you soon, Terry. Looking forward to seeing you again. Sandra says, poor wee Dinky Randy. I know. Just a young male. They're hard to deal with, aren't they, see? They just are. That's why I always say you don't want too many males in the farm, because it does become hard to manage. And look at this absolute corker of a donkey here. He's beautiful, isn't he? Like and stream for Hector, please, everyone. Yvonne says, Yorkshire last watching. Thank you, lads. You're absolutely welcome, Yvonne. Thanks for joining us today.
Stops at every hay hen. Come on.
Yeah, come on. You don't need a bite from every hay heck, please. Thank you. Mo says, excited to hear the miniature donkeys are coming home. Yeah, it'll be nice. They've been away for quite a while. And my plan is, what we'll do is give them a couple of months back on the farm. What are we at? We're effectively beginning of August, aren't we? So a couple of months back on the farm. Oh, see, we've had an absolute nightmare. This can't be good. Just what I was talking about might happen here. Look at the size of Hector compared to Randy. No fighting! Quixie! Quixie! Yeah, keep on going, because they're going to get annoyed at each other there. Whoo! Dinky actually had the first bite there. Now, that there, see, he handled it well. Oh, what on earth there? See, he handled it well there, but that's sneaky dangerous. See them fighting like that. Two males fighting can be quite dangerous, and you have to watch you don't get in the middle of them. Years ago, we're talking 15 years ago here, there was two males fighting on the farm, and Joe got in the middle of them and tried to push them away from each other, because we were viciously fighting. Tried to push them away from each other, and they got a hold of his thumb and bit his thumb. And a donkey doesn't want to let go. If it's going to try and bite, it doesn't want to let go until their teeth touch. And we couldn't get Joe's thumb out of his mouth, and almost took his thumb completely off. Had to go to the hospital, get it all completely stitched up and cleaned out. And that's exactly the kind of situation it was. It was two big donkeys like that were fighting, but it can be dangerous and something that you shouldn't mess about with. But she handled it well there, just giving them a bit of a scare. Now that wasn't obviously an actual fight. That they were just having a wee nibble at each other. But if they got right into it, it's difficult. It can be difficult, and they'll fight. They will fight to the death. They're vicious, see, aren't they?
Oh, so vicious.
Yeah, super vicious. So I don't really know why the Golden Guernseys are out, see, or where they came from. Yeah, I don't know that. All I can see in there, I was trying to figure out what that was. It's Sorka's horns. I don't know if you can see it on there, but it's Sorka's horns just peeking out. See them? Look at the horns just poking over the fence. Could not figure out what it was in my head there as I walked by. Faith Gonzalez, thank you so much for the super chat. Thanks for the super chats coming through, everyone. Very much appreciated. Stars for Fanta, who's quietly doing whatever she wants. Yeah, absolutely whatever she wants. Look, she runs by me here like, no, I'm okay. I'll just do this. I mean, I'm talking ancient old. Look at the length of her horns. They're disproportionate to her head now because she's that old. Anyway, 700 people on YouTube today, which is fantastic. Welcome, everyone. What happened, see? Oh, gate popped open. There you go. It's a nice looking little herd of Golden Guernseys in there.
If anyone wants them?
Yeah. Oh, we need to put that in with the pygmies.
Oh, yes.
Need to get that back in with the pygmies. The other pot is broken, Mo says. What?
Please, no. Please.
Elizabeth, thanks so much for the 200 stars. I don't think it can be. Ah! 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 It's not broken, but my heart is that it's fell out of there.
Jinxed it. Can't find a silver lining for this one.
No. The silver lining you so spectacularly gave us has been ripped away from us. Is that Fanta? That's blooming Fanta that's ate that. Yeah, where are you? Anyway, matters not. What are you watching there, see?
Queen herself.
I know, a legend. I was showing the boys earlier on, I know I've had this before where I've not had my wedding ring on. A lot of people freak out. Where's your wedding ring? Why have you not had your wedding ring on? But if you notice there, I'm not wearing my wedding ring, I got something stuck underneath it. Now, nobody laugh at how fat my fingers are, or my hands.
They're swollen because of what's happened.
Sure. But I got something underneath my ring, and I don't know what it is. Can you see that? But all the way around my wedding ring is so sore. It's ripped all the skin off. Anyone ever had that? And yes, it's a finger, not a Cumberland sausage, okay? Need to nothing else about that. Thank you very much. Don't know what it was. Don't know if anyone else ever had it. It's actually itchy now I'm talking about it. Little Fiona out there, quite happy.
Well.
Do you know what? Again, said it on the last live, it's the happiest I've seen her. She's incredibly happy out there. She's doing really well. Right, let's get these lights turned off over here. So, that's the plans for tomorrow. We're going to the market. We're going to try and pick up a few cows for Willowfield, and we'll let you know how it goes. C's hopefully going to vlog it, aren't you, C?
Yeah, as long as I can find time.
As long as we can find time to go, yeah. It's going to be a bit of a squeeze. We're going to try and get the sheep weaned as well, get the lambs separated off, and get them into their own shed. Own field. Got one more to do here. This is our light switches. There we go. And that's another big job to get done, try and get done this week. And I'm away to stag do on Friday, so I won't be in on Friday, so there's a heck of a lot going on, see. Heck of a lot going on.
Thanks for leaving us for 2 days.
Yes, you're welcome, no problem. But for now, after a productive day, thank you everyone for joining us. Been a lot of fun on today's live. Absolutely loved it. Hope you've enjoyed it too. Remember to hit that follow button. And if you can join us in the supporters group, it'd be absolutely awesome. Just hit that little green shield. And also, it's worth hitting that green shield because I have the worst video of all time from when we first started taking videos of me advertising the supporters group, which I need to get refilmed. But it is an absolute stinker.
And let's not even mention the sports live from today.
The supporters live from today was embarrassing.
It's unacceptable.
This is how the video goes. Hello everyone, how are you? If you want to join our supporters group, and I don't move my mouth for some reason.
Is that one in the polytunnel?
Yeah, so that's polytunnel, that's how long ago it was. Right, thanks for joining us everyone. Been a lot of fun. See if you enjoyed today's live?
Yes, of course.
Excellent. We'll see you all tomorrow. Farmer Pete 6:36. We'll be back in the afternoon. Goats are swinging away in their swings here, quite happy, and everyone is quite content. See you all tomorrow. Bye guys. Bye everyone. And Valaton, thanks for the massive super chat. It just came through as well.